right? Okay, again. See there, name, text box name, name. If you want to be more clearly entering some details like student name, that is label, nah, right? Whatever you want, student name. What next? Class. I want to have a class. So add a label as class, or otherwise let us say as student class. Student class. What is the class of the student? Okay. Now the student class requires what? A drop down. What you require is a drop down. You just need a drop down basically. So how do you create a drop down actually? How do you create a drop down? At the rate HTML dot drop down list. And for this drop down, we require to pass some parameters here. Some parameters are needed for this. What are the parameters? First one, name. What is the name? Class. Array, name represents the property name now. Okay. And that is only the control name also. What is the name, guys? Class. Comma. Optional label. What is this optional label? Optional label indicates, see, remember when you work with the drop downs in your web forms, to add some elements, all the elements will be added. The first item is default selected. All right, I don't want the first item to be default selected. So in the first item, we just enter like enter or select city, something like this, select a country like this we added now. That is only the label. You can give a label now. By default, what label you want. Okay, something like select class, select class. So this will be the label. This is going to be the label. Okay, let me run this, guys. But the question is, sir, what about the values? What about the values? We need the values now. Now drop down is coming, but drop down requires some values now. So what about the values here? That will be a big question. Yeah, it's giving an error. There is no data. There is no data. Basically, this error represents there is no data for this. There is no data for this. I cannot load this because there is no data for this. When there is no data here, then how to give the data? Just watch. Actually, I was telling about the overloads now. This is the second overload. Name and optional label. Third, name, IEnumerable select list item, select list. IEnumerable select list item, select list. Just a minute. Next overload. Name, select list, object HTML attributes for the drop down. If you want to pass any attributes, you can pass it now. Okay. Next. Name. I want this one, guys. I want this overload now. Name. What is the second parameter? Louder. IEnumerable select list item. IEnumerable select list item. What is it? Select list item. Array. Select list item is exactly same as the list item we discussed in our web forms. Recollect yourself. The list controls contain what? List item. The contents of a list control are called as list item. Do you remember? A list item basically has 4 attributes. What are the 4? Name. Sorry. Text. Value. Selected. Enabled. What are the 4? Text. The display text. The value which is actually captured. Selected. This has a default value, na? False. Default not selected. Next, this has a default value true. If I make it false, the value will not be visible. All this I explained to you. Same way here, we have select list item. What we have here? Select list item. There is a select list item basically. You're required to pass that select list items here. One multiple. One multiple. Multiple here. Why one? One means only one value will come now. We want one value. Array, we used to create now 6 list items or 10 list items and add now. So you require to have multiple or one? Multiple. Okay, say you need to pass one string. If you need to pass one string, okay, string. You need to pass multiple strings, list of string, list of. And did you watch that video of the collections IEnumerable? This is the third time I'm again telling you, watch it, watch it, watch it. But still I'm not getting a response. Who completed? Raise your hands. What the rest of the people are doing, sleeping. I said you watch it, that is important for you. I said you, still you're not doing anything. What do you come to the class over? Is that practice you're taking? Complete it, man. How many days should I tell you? This is the third time I'm telling you again in the class. IEnumerable, it is a parent of all the collections. It is a parent of all the collections. I asked you to watch last three videos of collections. One is about how do you use a for each loop on a collection. That also I said you. Iterator, there will be something called iterator. That also you should watch it. Last three videos in the collections. There are 8 videos there. First 5, you learned in C#. The last 3. And I said you this also. If you did not learn in C#, you record watch all the 8. Okay? Already you learned it. Then watch the last 3. Complete it today. Okay? So what is that IEnumerable? Parent of all the collections, man. Okay? Now, one item is a string. Multiple items, list of string. A list of string can also be called as IEnumerable of string. A list of string can also be called as IEnumerable of string. Now, can you understand that? What is that? IEnumerable of select list item means, what is the meaning of it? Not one item, multiple items. How many? Multiple select list items. There are multiple select list items. And that multiple select list items are internally called as IEnumerable of select list item. How many we want now? Today we want 10 select list items now. How many? 10 select list items. Are you getting my point or not? Okay. Tell me one thing. This list item, select list items are there now. Do you want to represent multiple attributes? Means a different text, a different value, or the same text and same value? Come on, tell me, think. You want a different text and different value, or same text and same value in our current scenario? Same only na. What you will take? Class 1, then value also 1 only na. You will give a different value. See, generally I said when strings are there, then we have keys. But now integer only na. What do you want to show? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You'll show ONE 1, 2, W like that. No, na. You'll show 1, 2, 3, 4. Then value also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 only. So you don't want a different text and different value. When you want a different text and different value, you're required to create the instance of this class. Which class? Select list item class. Which class? Select list item class. For example, there is a class called as select list item. Okay. And if you see, it has 5 attributes, one more than the what we learned there. What are the one additional? Group? Group here. There is one more thing extra called group. What is group? I'll tell you. But remaining 4 attributes are the same only. One property name changed. Enabled became disabled now. They're enabled. But here, text. Text is, what is the text you want to show? Value. The value that has to be loaded actually. Next. Selected. Selected. There also we have selected. Default is false. Disabled. Default is false. They are enabled. Default is true, but here they changed it as a disabled. Default is false. So selected default is false. Disabled also default is false. Group default is null. That's I'll tell you when the time comes about the group. Otherwise, these 4 are the same thing what we have now. So what should I do? I need to create 10 instances. All the 10 should be added to a list, and then the list should be bound to my drop down. Did you understand the process? When you written the code in the CS, recollect yourself. We created individual list item class instances. All of them you added to a list item array. Then the list item array is added to the control. Now also I'm telling the same steps only. Step 1. create the instances of this class. How many instances? 10. All the 10 should be added to a list. Then the list should be bound to that. Are you clearer or not? Okay, but we can simplify this work. We can simplify this particular work. How, sir? Watch. Create a list of int some items is equals to new list of int. I'm creating a list, guys. A list of int items is equals to new list of int. I'm just creating a list of items. And here I can pass on the values now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is for what? This is for text. This is for, you're not passing anything to the value now. This only will be taken as value also. Understood? Disabled, false. Selected, false. We'll have default values. Okay, so what we have taken? A list. You cannot add a list directly. Just a minute. Why? So list can be added in no, guys. See, a method takes list of string as a parameter. Can you pass list of int? Tell me, what is it taking? List of string. You cannot pass list of int. You should pass the exact type. Here also, see what is it taking? No, not that. List, guys, don't read this as enumerable here. Read it as list. Read it as list. What is it taking? List of select list item. What is it taking? List of select list item. Are you clear? Clear? No. List of select list item is what I want, but I cannot add. So basically, there is one class called as select list. Guys, observe it. There is a class called as select list. Select list, give some name for this particular thing. Any name of your choice. Oh, class is a keyword now. Class items, whatever it is equals to new list of select list. Okay, just observe it. If you watch it, what is it taking? A collection, a list. What is it taking? A list. So guys, carefully listen. What it takes you? A list. You can pass a list further then. You can pass a list there. So what I'm passing? Items. Now you can pass class items there. You can pass the class items there. This class item will internally represent a list of select list items. Now understand the name of the class, select list. It represents the select list now. So this is internally going to provide you a list of select list items. Means it will construct for you without you creating 10 instances adding. That will do the job for you. That will do the job for you. So this will internally build what? List of select list item. What it will build you? List of select list item. So step 1. Step 2, create the instance of this class. So you may have a doubt here. So when you have multiple attributes means different text and different value. I'll tell you. We'll talk about that example also going forward. But here, text and value are same. When text and value are same, this is the simplest technique what you can use now. Are you getting me? And pass that here. And you pass it here. Now run. That drop down has to come with all the values. And the select class is there now. The select class will be the optional label. That optional label will be select class. Check. See there. Is it clear, all of you? All the things. You can choose from the list. Any doubts? Understood, all of you? Okay. So basically what we want is a drop down. Tomorrow, you can even create a list box, man. Same process only. But list box doesn't have optional label. Optional label is only for drop down, not for a list box. A list box doesn't have an optional label. It is only for a drop down, only for a, not for list box. List box में multiple values are shown. So we don't have any optional labels there. Did you guys understand? So what you're required to do, you're required to pass here a list of select list item. Without creating this list, there is an option. What is the option? Select list class. This class will build you, the list of select list items with the provided items. Of which type? Integer. So internally what will happen, it will create you 10 instances now. Which class, sir? Select list item class. Which class? Select list item class. And add all of them into a list. And that list is substituted there. Okay. Say tomorrow means, see, when you have multiple values, we write manual code here. But when I have same value, at that time some 100 values are there. They simplified the work to you without you writing all the nonsense code. They said, you write like this. This will do all the internal work for you. Okay, now, what next? Just a minute. Okay. ID done, name done, class done. What next? Gender. When it comes to gender, gender should be a radio button. Gender should be a radio button. Guys, you can watch. Understood? First, what I created. Second, what is the name? And I substituted here. Names, the different names I used in my code. That's not a problem. That's not a matter at all. What next? Gender. What do you want? HTML dot radio button. Okay, watch. What are the things I should provide now? First one, string name. String name. What is the name? Gender. What is the name here? Gender. Gender. Guys, you have two genders or three genders, suppose male or female, transgender. Imagine you have three genders now. If you have three genders, you have three radio buttons. All the three are selected or only one selected? Only one selected now. So remember the point. This one I said you learned in HTML also, and I said you the same thing for you in your web forms also. All of them should have the same name only. But the value should be different. When the user selects, a different value should go to the server now. What should go here? Male. What should go here? Female. So what should go here? Something like a transgender. Did you understand or not? The name should be same because three. Sir, how will it read three values? Why will it read three values? Single selection only. It is a single selection. Because it is a single selection, there is no point of reading three values. What is selected, that is read for you right now. Suppose you select the second one. What it will do? Gender is equals to female is sent to server now. If third one is selected, gender is equals to transgender is sent to the server now. If the first one is selected, gender is equals to male is sent to the server. Only one value will go to the server based on the key. What is the key? Gender. Understood? But what about the text? Radio buttons will come here. But the radio button, three radio button needs a text beside them now. Yes or not? You need a text beside them now. See here, radio buttons are coming. Mutual exclusive, see? But sir, what do they represent? The text is needed now. Unfortunately, there is no, there is an attribute called as is checked. Means if you want default select and if you say true, this is default selected now. One item should be default selected here. I said the bool is checked is true. Means this is a default selection. Unfortunately, I don't have an attribute for passing the text. So what should I do? I need to give it as a static value here. Male, female, transgender. But error coming, sir? Yeah, error will come. Why? inside a C# block, sorry, inside a Razor block, we cannot use a static text directly. To write static text, I said you two conventions to you. One, @ : second one, text tag. Either @ : second option, text tag. So this is a static text now. So @ : see, the error is vanished. Clear? Gender is done. What next? The next thing. The next thing is going to be fees. Fees nothing to talk now. Fees is a normal text box only. Fees is a normal text box. So let me copy this as is. Paste here. Fees. Student gender, student class, student fees. Name here. Fees. Fees. To fill in the fees. Okay. What next? Address. I want to display the address. Okay. Let me copy. Address. Here also address, but not a text box, guys. Text area. When using a text area, guys, when using a text area, we can pass some information like HTML attributes. We can pass any stylings or anything. Still, a default value. We can give a default value. HTML attributes. Name value, HTML attributes. Name value, HTML attributes can be passed in two ways here. One is in the form of iDictionary. Second one is route. Okay. Next. Name, value, you can tell the number of rows, you can tell the number of columns also. How many rows you want, how many columns you want. And then any HTML attributes. Last one also will be same only. Name, value. Array, the one difference you notice here is, what is it taking? Object, anonymous type. Here, without anonymous type, we will create a dictionary, and the dictionary we put keys and values and pass now. Array, anonymous type also they same only na. Which one is simple here? Anonymous type are creating a dictionary. Yeah. Anonymous type is easy. In anonymous type also key value only. But man, otherwise what is it telling you? You create a dictionary, store the keys and values and pass it is telling you. These two are same. But I recommend anonymous types because that is straight simple. Okay, I want to basically use this overload, guys. Which overload? This overload. Name. Next one. I don't want any default value, guys. Comma. Then I want to pass the number of rows, the number of columns, and here I don't want to pass anything here. I don't want to pass anything here. Okay, 4 rows, 20 columns, null. I don't want to pass anything there. That is object, and object allows null. Clear? I just want to still increase the size of it to 23, just to match to the size of the text box. Oh, 22 became bigger. Okay. You can watch now. Are you clear? Let us decrease the number of rows. 3 rows. Size got decreased. What next? 2 buttons. What you need is 2 buttons. What? Input type is equals to submit. Value is equals to like add, or otherwise submit only. Same way, input type is equals to reset. Value is equals to reset. Keep it in the run mode here. So user can add, you can come here, refresh, and you will immediately see the changes now. Okay, now. So now my form is ready with all the required attributes. Yes, my form is ready. Okay, now your control names and your model class property names are matching or not. Because they are matching, when I fill the values and click on the submit, automatically, these values will be loaded into the model class object there. We have created an instance now, student, all the values will come there. Let us see there. Wait a minute. Shrestha, are you present in the class yesterday or absent? The list of cities. I'll tell you, Amarendra. Wait, I'll tell you. We'll talk on that. Everything I'll tell you. So let us fill the values now. 101. Some name. Okay. Class. Male. Fees. Some 50,000. Address. Something. Hyderabad. And when I click on the submit, where will it go? It will go to the post action method now, right? Where will it come? The post action, and all the values will be under this student. Click on the submit and verify. See guys, a single shot, all values are captured of now without taking 6 parameters. Is it every time I don't require to add that six parameters now, na? Model class. And then another big advantage I said here, when we are working with the database, I will pass this student directly to the database, and database will insert the values into the appropriate columns. Provided all these three names are matching. What? Table column names, model class property names, control names. All these three should match, guys. What should match? Louder. Open the mouths. Table column names, model class property names. Third one, control names. If all matches, simple, straight away, the values will pass on to the database and insert in the database. Understood or not? So that is how we can just do it. Now see, when I call display student, all the values will go there now. Array, we learned that now. What is that? How to pass values from action method to view. Now we are following it now. We followed the 8th option now. What is that? Model. We can pass in different varieties now. Yesterday we passed as one value is passed as a session. One value is passed as view data. But today we are passing a model class. We are passing a model class. Everything we'll be using. Okay. And do you remember how will an action method get the values? Array, action method can get the values through routes, query strings, or input controls. Today, see, input controls now. So input controls are passing the values to action method. Action method is passing the value to another view. See which view? Add student is submitting to the action method. Now this action method is passing the value to display student. These are different views now. Who sent the data? Add student. Who is receiving the data? Display student. But add student and display student cannot talk directly, man. The communication should be done through controller action only. So add student should send all the values to controller action method. Controller action method will receive them and pass them to the display student. Are you clear? Okay. See, first, add student get will launch you add student view. Okay. Now here, you're performing a post back. When you're performing a post back, where will it go? Add student post. And this will send you to display student. That is the thing what I'm showing you guys. Any confusions to anyone? So where you started from? add student get. Will launch you, add student view. Then you fill the data and perform the post back. Then again it goes to add student post. And from there it will take you to display student view. So we need to create this view now. Which view? Display student view. Okay, let's create. What is the name, guys? Display student. Right click, add view, Mvc5 view, display student. Guys, learn. We can use model binding at the rate model. Remember lowercase at the rate model. What is the name? MVC UI designing dot models dot student. MVC UI designing dot models dot student. Yes, now in your code, you can directly use those particular values now. How? At the rate model dot SID, at the rate model dot name, at the rate model dot class. I can directly use it now. Yes or not? I want to display them in the form of a ordered list or an unordered list, something. Array, your choice here, how you want to show your output. Earlier, we used to show the data like a table. Today is your choice how you want to show your particular data. Okay, watch. I'm displaying as an unordered list, guys. Look, student details. And here I'm going to show it as a unordered list. How do you show? LI, student ID, at the rate model dot, yes, ID. Repeat the same now. Repeat the same now for all the things. In previous examples, I shown you like a table format. Today I'm showing you as a unordered list format. Student ID, student name, class, gender. Here model.sid, model.name, model.class, model.gender, model.fees, model.address. So once again, start from add student. Add student get. Launches you, add student view. Fill the values. Okay, click on submit. You're performing a post back, right? You'll go to add student post. And the post received all the values. Correct? Finally going to display student. Display student will publish the values. Yeah, what is missing, Not like displaying the values here. We need to write code for sending to database. That is the pending task there. Actually, this code should be to send it to database and insert in the database table now. We'll add that functionality. One by one step, I'm clarifying you like this. So just still we have a static output here. No, this value should go to database table. We'll do that also. We'll perform that particular thing also. Am I clear till now? Understood all of you? So what you're doing now? You are just being created. Come on, tell me the step-by-step process. First step, we defined a model class. Step 2, controller class. We added a controller with 2 action methods. One is add student get, add student post. And there you're taking the model class as a parameter. Step 3, we created the add student view and designed all the controls for taking the input. Correct? Step 4, we added display student view, and in the display student view, we are publishing all the values. We are publishing all the values. These are the steps what we have followed in this case. 4 steps totally. You can again see step 1, model class. Step 2, controller, action methods. Step 3, add student view. This is the designing of the add student view. Step 4, display student. We gone for a display student. And this is how we execute this. This will launch add student view to enter details for a new student. And when we fill the form and click on the save button, we'll launch display student view to display the details which the user has entered in the form. Are you clear? Okay. So this is what exactly we are just going to do now. Okay. And this is the flow of the control, guys. This is the flow. Post back. Yes, President. Guys, is my screen struck? Are you able to see the screen? Excuse me. Can you please close the door? Are you able to see the screen, everyone? Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. All clear? Well, now when you are using this, when you are using these HTML helpers, guys, sometimes if it is stuck, maybe I'm just explaining without doing anything. I left the screen like this and started explaining. Then you will see like a screen struck. Second thing is your network issue, man. Yeah. In all these things, guys, here we are giving our model class property name, right? Yes or not? Now listen, we have a name resolution problem here also. We have a name resolution problem here also because the name is in the double quotes. The name is in the double quotes. So we have a name resolution problem here also. What do you mean by that? What I mean is tomorrow, no compile time error, no runtime error. You may ask me a question, but sir, when we use models, we resolve that problem. You said, where did I use model here? Array, where did I use model here, man? Here I did not use the model, na? Where I used the model? I used the model in display student, but not in add student. See, while creating these controls, I did not use the model class anywhere now. Am I correct? So here also same problems repeats now. What is it? No name resolution, no intelligence. No intelligence. Are you getting my point? No name resolution and no intelligence. These things are lacking here. These things are lacking for you in this place. So if I run this, if I enter the name also, but the property name is not matching now, because the property name is not matching, you will not see that value on the display student view. See, when I selected here, all these things, click on the submit, see there, no compile time error, no runtime error. Clearer or not? So we are using model binding. We are using model binding for displaying the data, but we are not using model binding while creating the controls. Did you understand what I said here? We're using model binding while displaying the data. When you want to access the values, you're using model binding, but you're not using any model binding while creating the controls. Are you getting me or not? To overcome this particular problem here, to introduce you their name resolution, sorry, to overcome the name resolution problem, to overcome the intelligence problems, all these particular things, later they came out with a new concept called as strongly typed HTML helpers. Strongly typed HTML helpers. What is this, sir? Nothing, guys. In strongly typed HTML helpers, we use model binding while creating the user interfaces also. We use model binding while creating the user interfaces also. What is that? First, come on, specify the model class here. @model dot models dot student. Now come here. And while creating a text box, how do you create a text box now onwards, @HTML dot text box per. Text box per. Okay, watch. Yes. Yes means student. Lambda expression. Yes dot yes side. That is how you will be creating now onwards. And all of you carefully observe. What is yes? Yes is student. Check it out. You don't want to see like a lengthy statement like this? Do one thing. Go and write at the rate using Mvc5 designing.models. Then here it will simply show as a student. Yesterday I said, you're writing like this. To simplify the code, what I said here? First write at the rate using. And afterwards write at the rate model students. Now see, it will show in a simple way. What is the yes? Yes is student. Yes is student, guys. Are you clearer or not? Yes represents a student. Student, yes. Understood or not? Like this, we are just trying to represent the student now. Now, yes dot. Now, when I say yes dot, then automatically the name resolution should happen now, and IntelliSense has to show me. If I type anything wrong, error. If I type anything wrong, it is a error. NEMA is an error. Compile time error now. Yeah, we got the compile time error also now. So name resolution is resolved or not? Earlier, for displaying the values only, that advantage, but not while creating the UIs. Now, for see, nothing here. This was in the development mode, means basically in 2008 it came first. First they said that use web form. Use web form coding. When web Razor coding 3.0 introduced you Razor, and then they said that okay, to create these controls you're using HTML. Use HTML. Without using HTML, I'm giving you HTML helpers. HTML helpers came, people you started using it, and someone raised a complaint like, "Array, name resolution is not there here. IntelliSense is not working. How do I remember all my model class properties? Tomorrow, my model class has some 20, 30 properties. How do I remember all those things? If I type a wrong spelling there, no compile time error, no runtime error." So this is also identified and addressed in the next version now. So in the next version, what they done? They came out with a new idea called as strongly typed HTML helpers. What is the strongly typed HTML helpers? Strongly typed HTML helpers are same as HTML helpers, but they are provided with model binding. They are provided with how to differentiate? For all controls are same only, but what do you have now? For label, for drop down list, for text area, for text box, for. Okay, I typed here text area. You want to label? You have label for now. How do you bind? Tell me. Dot label for yes lambda expression yes dot yes ID. Disadvantages are also there here. What is the disadvantage? The disadvantage is the label text is yes ID, but I want the label text as student ID. Then use normal HTML helper. Okay, no. I want to match it with my property name. Then use strongly typed helpers. So better simple way I'll tell you. For static text, use HTML helpers. For labels here, use HTML helpers. But for control binding, use strongly typed HTML helpers. Use strongly typed HTML. You can use both in combination basically now. You can put both of them in a combination. Did you guys understand or not? Okay, so this is the new advantage what you have with strongly typed HTML helpers, which are introduced to you in the MVC at a later stage. When they came now? 2.0. 1.0 given you HTML helpers. And the drawbacks in the HTML helpers have led to the design of strongly typed HTML helpers. See, every new feature comes to overcome the drawbacks in the previous one here. First, they have HTML helpers. HTML helpers. So the problem with HTML helpers is no name resolution and no IntelliSense support. So then they came out with strongly typed HTML. Read it. The control name should exactly be same as property name of model class. For example, if the property name is ID in model class, then control name also should be SID only. And if we give this as wrong, we don't get any compile time or runtime error. But the control value will not be read into the model's property. Compile time error won't come, runtime error won't come, but the control's value is not read. Just now we saw that a name did not come there. We did not get any error. Okay. And also IntelliSense will not help us to identify the model property name. If IntelliSense tells you, say, 4 or 5% not an issue, guys. Imagine the class has 30, 40 properties. Will you buy heart it? Will you buy heart all these things? 100 model classes will be there here. What will you remember now? Once the project size increases, oh, lots of model classes will be there and hundreds of properties will be there. I said, I'll show you the project, a real-time project. One day I will try to take an online session for every one of you at the time from my home, because I cannot bring it to bring it here and show you. That is legal violation of the things. So I can't bring it here. From my home, I'll connect and I'll show you a real-time project. Right now, we are developing that particular website actually. We're developing that particular website, MVC architecture, but that is core. That is core. After starting with core, I'll show you that one. Okay, there I'll show you. We have a separate project for adding all the models. And every model class, if I show the number of attributes in the model class now, you'll get fainted. That many number of properties will be there. Sub-elements means, see, a property has a string. String is a scalar type, correct? But I have a property that takes a employee. I have a property that takes an employee. For example, see, day before yesterday, we discussed like employee is there. Employee has a property of department. The department is of department type, separate class again. Are you clearer or not? Like this, will have 10, 20 classes, and these particular classes will be finally linked into one main class. That main class will have so many subclasses. Who will remember all these names here? Hundreds of properties will be there. I can't remember. If IntelliSense works, that's easy for me. If IntelliSense doesn't work, that becomes a nightmare for us for remembering all these names now. Got it? So that is what. So to overcome this problem in MVC 2.0, we are provided with, and these helpers purely depends on. So while designing the UIs, we don't require to give any name to controls. Strongly typed HTML helpers are also same as we have used it till now, but the only difference is here, every helper method is suffixed with for. Watch. Label for. Hidden for. List box for. Like this. Editor for. I did not tell about this editor, display name and all the things. I'll tell you guys. Editor for. Display for. Display name for. For everything, you'll have an opposite for there. You see, for means strongly typed. See again, if I give different names now, it'll be confusing for the people. Already you learned something. Suddenly, if I introduce new and say learn new things again, it'll be confusing. That's why without that confusion, they said that I'm using the same name only. To differentiate between the old and new, use for here. Are you getting me? That is what they have done. Somebody is taking a student. If I select gender female, then it works. Yeah, anything should work. Select and see. Array, you have 3 radio buttons. You can select only one. Anything you can select now. That's what the concept is. If I select male only, if it works, then why did we design it then? Array, anything will work here. How it is taking a student? You specified that on the top. You specified that on the top now. The question is, how is it taking yes as student? You said na. You said the model, you done a model binding now. When you do a model binding, then S is student. If I say here employee, then S is employee now. Understood? That is how it will recognize. Next. Should HTML.begin form include parameters? If required, we should include. Na? Yesterday I shown you that. Na? Be regular in the classes first year. One day you come to class, one day you'll be absent. And if that is the case, I can't explain. Yesterday only I taught you. Begin form. If you don't pass any parameters, then default action is the same. The default method is post. Yes or not? Okay, the default method is post. And if at all you want to change it, you need to pass the parameter values here. What is that? Action method name, controller name, and in the notes I given you the different overloads of the begin form. Go and check there. How about image? Surendra, that's all I'm telling you. Wait here, I'll show you everything. Wait, every control I'll show you. Day one only don't expect everything. I'll talk about everything. Images I'll show you. How to upload images I'll show you. How to save them in database I'll show you. Everything we'll see. Two models in same view. You can't use. You can't use. Right now, we don't have that option. The model binding can be done only with one view. One view, one model. That's all. The concept is like a one-to-one relationship. It is purely one-to-one relationship. If at all you want to deal with multiple, how to deal, that also I'll show you going forward. Okay. But as of now, it is like one-to-one relationship only. One-to-many is not allowed. It's a one-to-one relationship. Yeah. So guys, now coming back, let us do one thing. What is it? The same example what we had done in the previous one. Let us rewrite now with the strongly typed helpers. Okay, now the same example. So to differentiate, I'll copy the same. I won't disturb them. I'll paste again. Just to differentiate, I'll say ST. What is that? Strongly typed. Rest all same only. And here also. Okay, now. So we are going to create a view with the name called add student ST, display student ST. Clear? Okay. Come on, let's do it. Right click, add view, Mvc5 view. So what you'll do at the rate. Okay, let us divide and write. Okay. MVC UI designing dot models. Next at the rate model. And here specify the name. What is the name? Student. What model you specified? Your view will be working with that model only now. Okay. Now, first, there is no model binding here. Eh? Why? There is no far here. Why? Are you binding it with any control? Eh? Are you binding with any property? It's a form tag. That's all. Here we don't have any far here. Okay. Next. One by one, we'll see. Use for. For. Now what you'll do? Yes, you give any name you like. That's your choice. Lambda. Yes, dot. Yes, side. Yes. Lambda. Yes, dot. Yes, side. We'll create a text box only here. Nothing difference. We'll create a label. We'll create a text box. But the caption, the text will be SID for the label. If you're not satisfied with that, use HTML helper. Don't use strongly typed HTML helper. First example, I'm showing you HTML strongly typed, but going forward, I recommend using HTML helpers for the labels. See, I want to give a colon there. I cannot give. Property name will come and sit there. Are you getting me? Okay. So that is the pain there. That is the pain. Okay. So like this, you can go for repeating all the things now. Okay, see what I used? I used a label only. Why? If I use label, the better I can use my own descriptive text. Now it looks good. For text box, sorry. For text box, that should be strongly typed. But label, no need strongly typed here. Use HTML helper. Use HTML helper. Got it or not? Okay. So that's how you can just do your model binding in this particular context. A very simple option, like you can do the model binding. Okay. Sorry. Let me do the rest. Come here. For yes dot name. Third one. Class, right? Class na? Okay. Copy the same as it is. Paste here. Use drop down list for. In the place of class, what will come? Yes. Lambda expression. Yes dot class. Rest all same only. Rest all is same. For yes. Lambda expression. Yes dot gender. Now also rest is same. Okay. Next. For yes. Lambda expression. Yes dot fees. For yes. Lambda expression. Yes dot address. I think the overloads are mismatching here. Some different overloads will be there. Here, we don't have like a default value, guys. Directly rows, columns only. We don't have this. We don't have the default value option. Why? The default value will be, the value should be assigned to property and the value will come here. You're binding a property in an address. If you assign a default value to address, the same value will come here now. So that's why default value option won't be there again. Okay. What next? The two. And once you click on that, it will go to add a breakpoint there. Okay. Run again. Same thing repeats now. You can't write model s dot model ID. Model is a keyword now. It may throw you an error. Try it out. I'm not sure. $102, giving a different name. Class 5, female. That is only your doubt. So I just entered that particular value now. 30,000. Address Jubilee Hills, Hyderabad. Click on submit. See there. What you give, that only will come. Male selected, male will come. Female selected, female will come. Transgender selected, transgender will come. What is selected, that will load there. Understood? Okay. Now I should create a display student ST now. Right? Copy. Right click. Add view. At the rate MVC UI designing dot models dot student. Model binding. And here you can start displaying the data. You can start displaying the data now. Again, what I want, student details. Now I want to display the values now. Okay, how? Unordered list. Okay, unordered list. And here we are writing li. Li, and what did I write here? Student ID at the rate model dot at the rate model dot sid. Correct? Okay, just a minute. Actually, to display this is the simplest way, guys. But here, when I listed you, I said about display for, display name for something. I just used it. Editor for. All these options are there. Let us explore them also. What is display for? Display name for, display for. Okay. First, what should come? Column name, right? Yes or not? Afterwards, sorry. First, what should come? Property name, property value. Property name, property value. At the rate HTML dot display name for yes lambda expression yes ID. Yes dot yes ID. This one will extract you. This one will extract you the column name. This one will extract you the column name, display name for. And what about this one? This one will extract you the column value. If I just use at the rate HTML dot display for, again, yes, lambda expression, yes dot yes side. This is going to extract you the column value. This is going to extract you the column value in this particular case. Spelling mistake. Oh, I did not type it. That's why here also it is showing error. Yeah. Yes ID. Yes name. What will this extract you? The property name. What will this extract you? The property value. You can write like this. No need here, lengthy code. Option is there. I'm just telling you tomorrow, because I listed, you should not get a doubt what is display for and display name for now. Display for will extract you the property value. Display name for will extract you the property name now. The property name will come here. The property value will come in. Understood? Now let me copy the same. Yeah. Next, name, class, space. Oh, this is gender. Okay, gender, face, address. Repeat the same here also. Address, space, gender, class, name. Yes, right. Come on, which one should I run first? Add student, ST. Fifth class, female. First, all the value are loaded here, and from there they're transported to display student ST, and that has to show you all the values. Right. Same output only. No, we got now also. Now also we got the same output only, but difference is here we used like a display for and display name for. What we did not test is editor for. I'll talk about editor for also, but now we used what? Display for, display name for. Okay. So yeah. So we read up till here now. What next? To work with strongly typed, add two new action methods in student control. These are the two methods we are adding. Next, add a view to add student ST action method and write the below code now. So first you do model binding. Just compare it. In the previous example, you did not do model binding for the add student. Add student doesn't have model binding. Who have model binding? Display student have model binding. Today, add student also has a model binding. Display student also has a model binding. Okay. And then we are using here, give any name of your choice, but don't try to use keywords. Don't try to use the keywords or something. I want to type class. Array, class a keyword, man. Don't try to use the class keyword. Use some meaningful thing. Okay. If you want to write student in lowercase. Write student in lowercase. So on the other side, it will be student.sid or simply yes. Like alias names, what we give in SQL Server. Select star from employee E, where E is an alias now. Alias for employee. This is also same only now. Yes is an alias for student. So you say yes dot yes ID. Yeah. And all this, I did not change anything, guys. As it is the same thing only we have done here also. But we used for. If we changed anything, that is only in the case of address. For address, there is no default value. Except that, nothing got changed. Just we gone for. Okay. Now add a view, display student ST under student and write this code. See there, display name for, display for. This will launch add student ST view to enter details of a new student. When we fill the form and click on save button, it will launch display student ST view to display the details which the user has entered in the form. Note, in display student sd.cshtml, we have used display name for helper method, which will get the model property name over there, and display for helper method, which will get the model property value over there. First one will get you the name and second one will get you the value. Display name for will get you the name of the property. Display for will get you the value of the property. Understood? What we did not use is, we did not use a list box. When the time comes, we'll use them, guys. We did not use editor for. Remaining, we tried. Password, we did not use. We'll use it going forward. If you want to try this, yesterday's example is there now. Login page, you can do. But if you want to do that, you need to define a model class first. Yesterday, we did not do a model class. Yesterday, we did not create a model class, guys. Without a model class, we have done off. Why two properties, only two attributes only? Why waste of time to write a model class? When you write a model class, when you have more number of attributes here for everything, for every problem, there is a solution. It is not that you don't use the same medicine for every disease. Nah. Same way, for every requirement, a different solution comes into picture. Less number of attributes, individual parameters will work. More number of attributes, model classes. Always we don't follow the same pattern. Depending on the requirements, I'll be changing and I'll be using in a different style. Okay now? So are you clear with models also now? You're clear with models, views, controllers. Then if I can save this data to database, our application is 100% perfect now. That is missing. Okay, we'll start with that here. Before we start, there are some few leftovers, what I just required to explain you here. Let me complete all those particular things. What is it? Partial views, layout views, layouts. Want to get layouts now? Layouts, minification bundling, okay, areas and data annotations. We have some small topics here. So if we come done with all these particular things, then we can start with the database programming. We'll do that, guys. Let us finish all the leftovers first. Okay. The next topic, what we are going to learn here is about partial views. What is that? I did not tell you in detail, but I given this overview in your web forms here. What you know? We have a concept called as user controls. Do you remember I said you .ascx files, user controls can be created. And this control can be included into your web pages now. See, text box is a controller. Yes or not? Same like that, you can create your own control, man. I want to create a header control and I want to put that header in all my pages now. Are you clear? Initially, they used to do like that only. But I said you the pain. What they tomorrow, if 100 pages are there, you need to include that header into all the 100 pages. And to overcome that, layouts came. To overcome that problem, what came? Layouts came. Okay, but first layouts are not there. See, in MVC, in web forms, master pages are not there in the initial version. Master pages came in 2.0. Master pages came in 2.0. Okay, ASP.NET 2.0 master pages came. They are not available in the first version of the ASP.NET web forms. Then how they used to design common headers, common footers, common menus by using the concept called as user controls. They used to design one user control called as header, and they used to design everything accordingly. Later, one menu, later footer. And I shown you that day, remember? Simply drag it from the Solution Explorer and it will add that control on your web form now. Just as shown you, just drag it, it'll write the code for you. Just like you have a text box, ESP colon text box, you can have like your own header. See, how do you create a text box? Something like name or otherwise fees, whatever it is. Run it equal to server. We'll create your text box, right? Same like this here, I created my own control called as header. Header. For that, I can give my own prefix now. ASP is a prefix what Microsoft has used for all its controls. Same like this, I want to develop a control and my control, I want to use a prefix like NIT, colon, control name, header. Rest is same, is equals to, okay, CTRL header. Any name here, CTRL header. Next, run it is equals to server. Just what is your job, design this. How you want to show the header. I want to show my company logo. I want to show my company name. I want to show some address. All these particular things I want to show now. Design a header. Same like this. You want a menu now. You designed a control now. Same process. I'll name it as menu. CTRL menu. This will come for you below the header. Now add your finally, I want a footer now. What is the footer? Footer should show me like addresses, phone numbers, all these things now. Okay, another control, NIT, colon, footer. ID is equals to CTRL, footer. Run it is equals to server. So like this, they used to design the pages. Means in every new page, they need to add the 3 other controls now. 100 pages are there. 100 times you should add it. And on that day, I explained you this already. And to overcome this problem here, they introduced the concept called as master pages and said that no need to redesign again and again. One time, if you design, the same thing will apply to all the pages now. Are you clear? But we have a concept called user controls. The same user controls was available for you in our MVC also, called as partial views. What is that? Partial views. There we learned about master pages now. Here we call layout views. Here we call layout views. Just understand. Web form is a correct. Next, user control. Partial view. master page. The names changed, that's all, yeah. And not only names, yeah, extensions. What is the extension of a web form? Dot. Remember, I said you this extension also. Louder. Dot ASCX. What is the extension? Dot ASCX. Dot ASCX. Here, dot master. Okay, here guys, there is no confusion at all. Dot CSHTML. Correct? Huh? Partial view. Dot CSHTML only. Layout view. Dot CSHTML. All are dot CSHTML. All extensions are dot CSHTML. There only confusion here. Dot ASPX, dot ASCX, dot master. But here everything is dot CSHTML. Got it or not? So till now we learned creating web forms. Web forms means views. So now let us also see how to use user controls now. User controls are partial views. So once you create a partial view, we can include that view into multiple pages, guys. We can include that view into multiple views. Multiple views. See, today we have 4 views now. Add student, ST, display student, ST. For all the 4, I want a header showing my company name and the logo of the company, something about my company I want to show. Then you're required to design 4 times. Correct or not? You're required to design in all the 4 views now. Without designing 4 times, tomorrow we'll do one thing. We'll create a user control and we will include that user control in all the 4 pages. So all the 4 will have the same layout. So tomorrow if client has to change it, it'll update all the 4 now. If I go individual designing, what is the drawback I said to you? If client has to modify 4 places, you need to modify. But tomorrow we'll see it like a user control. One time if I make a change, that reflects to all the pages you have. Clear? We'll see that tomorrow, guys. Let's stop it here. We'll meet tomorrow. ఏది అర్థం కాల లీవ్ చేస్తేనా రాదే ఎందుకు వస్తుంది ఎందుకు వస్తుంది రాదు స్ట్రింగే కదా నేను చెప్పింది అది కాదు నేమ్ తప్పు టైప్ చేస్తే వాల్యూ కాదు ఇప్పుడు నేను ఇక్కడ ఎంటర్ చేసినప్పుడు యాడ్ స్టూడెంట్ ఉంది